What's going on, guys? It's Wolf Gal here, back to you with yet another video. So today we're going to hop back into Rogue Tower, and we are actually going to start with single defense again. Let's go ahead and hop right on in. So, still no starting houses or mana statues here, so we're actually going to just place one ballista and go on our way. Alright. And since we have this +3 here, we're going to go ahead and utilize that. Alright. Got some more here. Did select it. And we'll place one more here. So in case you guys don't remember, the reason why I'm using the +3s is this is their range with the +3. This is their range with the +1. Or the, no, bonus, I should say. So using the +3s actually give us a tremendously more range. And this here is actually a good vantage point for a certain tower, which it does not seem like we've got, so we're going to go with fortification. Oh good, got a house here so we can start bringing in a little extra money now. So we're going to go ahead and surround that up. And honestly, after a certain point, it's actually just better to upgrade your towers rather than keep placing more down. Because even though they can naturally upgrade over time, it does get a little more difficult. The main reason why it starts getting difficult if you keep placing towers rather than just upgrading them is this price down here will continue to go up, which makes it harder for you to actually be able to just place more. So you actually want to upgrade rather than just keep placing as much as you can. So we seem to be holding them off fairly good here, which is good. Let's see. That quality over quantity, it is good, but you lose 1 base damage, and these things don't really have a lot of base damage to begin with. So you want to try to avoid the quality over quantity as much as you can until you start getting later into the game and you have stronger towers. So actually, I do believe I'm going to go with the mine here. Reason being is the base cost stays at 150, and I already have 2 of these right around here, so it may actually be worth it to go ahead and get that and start increasing our tower health up here. Which once we get 150, I'll go ahead and place one down and watch the tower health right up here in the top left. Well, about center left. Are we going to be able to hold these off? We will. We'll take a little bit of damage, but we'll be able to hold them off. And there we go. Now we're at 12 out of 15 instead of 11 out of 14. So I guess we'll start expanding out in all directions over here. Help us out a little bit there. We're gonna have to start getting some more defenses down here soon. Running into a harder time of destroying these guys who have more health. Yep, we're gonna lose about 4 more lives there, which is alright. So he's set to most armor. We'll upgrade this one to do some more damage to the health. And I've got a little bit of gold left, so we'll make this one another most armor up here in the front. One more, there we go. And we'll start the next wave. So you really do want your towers to actually be spreading out and attacking multiple targets instead of focusing on one. And the main reason for that is it will actually start knocking down the enemies a lot quicker, so that you don't have this type of an issue here. We may not make it very far. Oh, but we just got the tower that I wanted, the Tesla Tower. So this is where your mana is actually going to come very, very useful here. So we'll get 200 gold to get our first one down. And the nice thing about these is actually the fact of they attack multiple targets at once, because it does a little spiral around itself. I think I got a little too greedy at the start of the game. Yeah, we just lost. That's alright. Let's stay here and start again and try again. So, we only have 61 XP, so there's not really a whole lot that we can do. We could buy some more of the specialty towers, but this early on in the game, they're really not worth it. So we're going to load back into the single track. And we're going to place down our ballista again. This time I think I'm going to double up the defense, put 2 of them back there instead. Expand out one more time. Put a couple of ballistas right here. And again, here's that kill box that would be really good. We've got one here and one right here. So if we get that Tesla Tower, that really will help us out a whole lot more. So we didn't get lucky enough to get the Tesla Tower early on, so we're going to go with Broadhead Bolts to do an additional +1 damage to regular health enemies. And every time we do that, that actually does help increase our base level, so it does do a little bit more damage than having nothing there at all. And since we have one more spot, I'll actually do a 4th one there. They keep giving us a lot of houses, so they are actually trying to help us make money early on in the game, which is actually nice. I'll take some time between this round and the next to sit here and increase some of my tower's damage. Oh, we took 1 damage there. That's fine. Alright, so do a couple into health with this one. Do a couple in armor with this one. Couple in armor on this one. And a couple in health on that one. This one, we're actually going to start the shield damage early on. And the reason for that is the sooner we can actually start leveling up the shields, the better off we'll be after the first boss comes through. We're going to have this one target near death there. And that's all we can do, so we're going to start the next wave. Looking a little bit better than we were a minute ago. Actually looking a lot better. Even though we still have a few guys back here. He's only a 1 bar, so that ballista can take him out. Then this one can do the majority of the damage to this guy. Just like that. So actually, I am half tempted to go for the Jagged Heads, which deal an additional 25% bleed damage. Which, that stacks. That stacks a lot. So, yeah, we're actually going to do that. And I'll show you what's so great about this, but I'll have to zoom in just a little bit. Let's see, when do they first start coming in range? Seems like right around here. So we'll zoom in right here and watch, well, maybe not these guys, but you can see the ballistas actually have a red smoke on them now. And there you go. Now that number there will steadily keep doing more and more damage to these guys over time. And the more of that you actually have, the better off you'll be, but this is where things start turning around for us. Yeah. Took a little bit of damage there, which is okay. Could place some up here to help out with the ones over on this side, start knocking them out a little quicker. If I was to get the mortar tower, this would actually be a really good vantage point for them. They already have a huge amount of range. Throwing them up here would probably increase their range from right around here to probably right around here, so they could do damage to everything in this area, which would help out a lot, but not really worth it right now. And you can see just those 2 ballistas there really helped out a lot with this side of the track. So we'll place a 3rd one down. See, with them having as much range as they have, they can help out for a good while over here on this side. Which, in the long run, is just going to be so much more useful than sitting here and upgrading these towers that are kind of oddly placed here and there. And the nice thing about this bleed damage is it actually does affect the shield portion of them as well. So it's not just their health, it will affect the shield, it will affect the armor. Now, it's not as effective against, like, the armor and the shields, but it is still pretty effective regardless. Still no Tesla, but the mortar tower, with the way this map is actually kind of tempting. So I do think we're actually going to go with that. And we can go ahead and place our first one there. And as you can see, its range, like I said earlier, is just huge. It's really going to be an asset here. And it can even start attacking them over here on this side. So that's really going to come in handy. Still not doing as great as I would like us to, but hopefully we can turn that around in the next couple of waves. We were able to pull it off. There we go. So this map is actually snaking around a good bit. This may be a longer video than I expected, which isn't a problem. And you can see with these two mortar towers here as a cleanup crew, basically, it really does knock out these weaker enemies or these that have already been harmed. So it really just does save us a lot of time and a lot of worry from them getting through. And there we go. Sit here and place a ballista there to start doing some damage early on. This guy here I am a little worried about. He's got a lot of armor, and there are two of them. When you destroy the initial vehicle here, though, they actually spawn in some more enemies, and those enemies are actually at full health still. So we do need to watch out for those. They are slow enough to where the mortars can track them, so that is a good thing. A little bit of extra money, so I think I'm going to place another mortar down right about there. Oh, Tesla. Yes, we're actually going to go straight for that. We have a lot of really good areas around here that we can stay here and start setting stuff like that up. So here, here's a good spot here. Anywhere where they hit the track more than once is actually a really good spot for them. And anywhere that actually has these +3s are really good. Because even with the +3, you can see their range is small. Very, very small. But you can see our mana usage is going down, so we're going to have to fix that. So far, this is the only Tesla tower that we can actually put down. Stay here and place a ballista there to try to help out with some money gain here. And there we go. So no new cards there, so we are gonna have to watch our mana very, very closely right now. As you can see, we got down to around 20 mana that time, so that is something you do need to keep in mind and watch after. The more you can increase this number right here where it says +1 a second, the better off you'll actually be. So I believe it's either next wave or in 6 more waves, we will be having to deal with a boss. So we are going to have to be extremely careful there. Would have been nice if we could have gotten ice bolts to be able to slow him down even more. Because he already is a pretty slow boss there, but still, the more the better. And there we go. I think that is it. And there he is. Oogie. Oogie is the boss. I think after him it's a zombie Oogie, and then there's a bone or a skeleton Oogie, one of the two. Those are the next 3 bosses. And in all honesty, that's as far as I made it even in my own personal game. This game is not an easy strategy game. Go ahead and place down another mortar tower there. Why not? We have barely done anything to Oogie. Stacking that bleed damage is going to help us out, but I am very worried about this. Because the thing is, we may get Oogie, but that doesn't mean we'll get these transports here, which is really scary to think about. Because if all of these transports make it through, we're dead. We only have 6 health left in our tower. Which it does look like Oogie just fell. So after you defeat a boss, you get this thing called a treasure chest. And you can actually start sitting here and getting new things. So I will go with the mine. I believe the further you go in the game, the more of a chest you get from them. And one thing to keep in mind with these, mines, is if you're not on the same level as them, it actually will, that is very tempting, but we need more mana. It actually will not work. You have to be on the same level as the mine in order to have your mine give you useful stuff. Having this +2 mana a second is really going to be nice. Go ahead and place down another Tesla tower. With how far back these things are, we should be able to regenerate our mana fairly quickly by the next round, so... As you can see, our mana is just being sucked out of us. So it looks like it takes about 6 mana, 6 to 8 mana to fire these. So you do need to be very, very careful about how much you put these down without the right mana usage. Because right now, as long as our mana is below 10, basically, these things are pretty much useless. And you can now see we have a yellow bar, a green bar, and a purple bar. That purple bar is the second option here, the shield damage. So these guys are a little stronger than the ones with armor. If I'm not mistaken, these also do 2 damage versus the initial 1 that everything with the armor and the health does. So something else that we have to be careful of there. So this is the first time in a while that they've made it back here. Past this one. This little outpost here. This will be the first time in a while. I just hope we can deal with it. Does not look like we'll be able to handle it. Now we do have 11 out of 16 health, so we should be okay, but really not sure. That really hurt us there, letting those guys slip through. I guess we'll start beefing up this little area here, putting some more mortars down. We have to keep 2 from slipping through. If we can keep all but 2 slipping through, we should be okay. If we get 2 of these guys that slip through, we're going to be hurting them. There is another thing we could do. We could place down some more mines and possibly heal ourselves. But at the end of the day, I think all we'll be doing is prolonging the inevitable. Yeah, there's way too many shields here. These guys do some pretty decent damage to the shields. They do 130, but I still don't think it's enough. We were able to raise it from 2 to 4, so we did save our butts there a little bit, but I still don't think it'll be enough. Yeah, this can be extremely close. Yep, I think this is the end of us, guys. Two more and we're dead. There it is. We did sit here and set another new single defense record, so that gave us an additional 273 XP bonus, plus the initial 136 that we got from defending up until level 16. So, not too bad on that front, but at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough. Well, guys, that's where we're going to call it quits. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and I hope to see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.